Hello everyone. Hope everyone is doing great today. Um, for those of you who know me, you know me. If you're new and you don't know me, my name is Jesse. Welcome to Jesse's Diecast Garage. So I was on um, a live stream the other day with Derek at Honest Diecast. Go check him out if you want, if you can. Um, he does a lot of live streams. He calls people in to ask questions or join the live, which is great. We get to meet a lot of new people that way, a lot of new collectors that are not only in your area but across the country. Um, so I was asked. We were talking about doing. I mainly do wheel swaps, and I remove a lot of the decals or liveries, whatever you want to call them. I also do model railroading and dioramas. Yeah. So someone asked, or Steve at Miniature Mustangs had asked, how do I remove my decals? He asked if I could do a video. So I said, sure. I'm going to do a video showing how I do it. I know um, other people do it different ways. Some people use a dry erase marker, which I've heard it works great. I've never tried it. Maybe I'll pick up a marker and try it. But I don't have any markers to try it with, right? But I'm going to show you how I do it. And I simply use nail polish remover. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But I also I'm going to be doing videos on my dioramas. I have one on my table here that I'm pulling things together to try to, so I can have everything ready to make a video. Dioramas also is great to have when to display your loose castings, your stuff that's not in the card or in the acrylic cases. You like taking your cars out, your trucks out. Perfect. There's no law against it. So I love doing that. I do both. I usually try to get two of each, one to keep carded or one to open, except when they're a little bit higher in price, I just get one. But I'm talking like mainline stuff like that. So in making these dioramas, like I said, it's great for displaying your model. I like to work with HO scale trains. I find it very close to 1/64 scale cars. You know, other people might want to like to use the O gauge, and you might know those as the Lionel trains, the bigger size ones. Not very big, but still good size. To do your layout, for me, an HO is not as, you don't need such a large platform for it. Okay, large table. Lionel, of course, would be a lot bigger. HO scale, which I would get into a lot more of that when I talk about the layout stuff. But I like to work with those gauges. That's the stuff I like to work with. But today, right now, I pulled some stuff together to show how I remove these Tampos liveries with nail polish remover. Okay, so to start off here, I like to use a little spray bottle. Okay, so I use a spray bottle, or you can pick up one of these. All right, and which is a push. You take your rag and you just push down on it, and you get solution on it. Okay, or if you don't have any of those, I picked this up at my local Walmart. All right, and this too can be used, easily by just, damping it there and flipping it over. So either way, whatever you pick there is good. You can always use that. Also, a rags. Your rag I use a cotton type rag, and this rag, if you might recognize it, yeah, I cut off a lot of my sleeves off my t-shirts, and they make great rags for doing all this kind of stuff. What I like about it, it's thin, it's tough, all right. And how I like to use these rags is just placing it on my finger here. As you can see, the tip of my nail here is going to help in getting really close to some fine edges where maybe I want to stay away from some trimming or some other striping, the lines that are there, you know. I don't like to use a towel because they're too fluffy, and when you soak it, it could easily bleed onto the rest of the card. So sometimes you don't want to take everything off. You might just want to remove, you know, a letter or the words or something, which you're not always going to get it right, you know, but the more you practice it, the better you're going to get at it. That's all I can say. I'm going to show you how I do it this way. Also, very important, as you get older, yep, better glasses. I have a 2.75 right here, which allows me to get closer to the car, or a 3.5, which allows me to get really close to the car. And I have a set of these. These are really good too, because these are interchangeable. They start from a 1.0 all the way to a 4.0. These here are a 3.5, and this is nice because it has a light. So I won't be using these right now. And as you can see, I cut a lot of t-shirts. Yeah, I try to stick to the lighter colors, white or even like a black or gray cloth. Try not to use too much of dark or like reds or blues, because sometimes they might come off on a white vehicle or truck. But for right now, I'm gonna switch to the 2.75s. All right, so we're gonna put those on. Oh, there you are. Much better. Whoops. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, okay, here's something else. You know, I'm able to use my finger underneath the rag, okay, where I get a really good control of the car. But maybe you don't. Maybe you're one that cuts your nails very low, and you know, something you can do is I took a wooden stick like this and I trim it, okay, almost like a flathead screwdriver, but it's wood. I like to keep it soft because then I could just wrap it over, put the cloth over it, right? And that way, you know, you can bring it up to the vehicle and, you know, get close to it. Okay. You can take some of these are, I think they're like hors d'oeuvre popsicle sticks, something like that. But you see how it's rounded? Look at that. Just clip it off. And it's flat. This makes a good one too. All right. So if I need to get into any fine rubbing, I will turn to that, just in case. Alrighty. So to start this, to show you how I do it, I'm going to go ahead and position the camera so that you can get a better view on what I'm doing. All right. All right, guys. Let's see how this is going to work out. So we're going to start with this GMC truck here. Now these two are Duralast. These two came from AutoZone. Okay. Got the gray one and the white. All right. And then we got this Chevy, which came from the Coca-Cola. So I will be removing this one. And then we got this Roadrunner. It's got the Flowtech on it. Now be ready, because they don't always come out as we want them to. All right. So let's get started. We'll see what happens. All right. So I am used to using a little spray bottle. Sorry. I sprayed on the side so I don't spray my workspace. It's soaked. And this one comes right off perfectly. Okay. Try to keep really good control of the cloth so it's not wiping on your chrome. Now if you get this nail polish stuff, will remove chrome, so you don't want it on the chrome. Try to keep it away from anything that you do not want removed. All right, that one came out really nice. Let's do the other side. Now keep this open just in case. Sometimes I don't want to put the vehicle down. Voila. Sometimes I just like tap it, let it get a little bit soaked. Let it work in there. Rub it down. Use my nail to keep away from the door handle. And there it is. Wipe off any excess with the dry spot. Now let's get this hood. Always never use the same spot. As you can see, there's white paint on there. You'll simply start rubbing and it won't want to come off. Change it around, change the cloth around. And they don't all come off. These things can be really tough to come off sometimes. Now I want to stay away from the chrome on the bump on the grill, so I'm going to flip it over so I can stay away and I can see better what I'm doing. Using my nail here. See, the hood area is a little bit tougher to come off. There it goes. It's coming off. Needs a little bit extra. Try not to rub too much on the same spot. Yeah, this hood's a little bit tough here. It's got the groove down the middle, or the shape of the hood there in the middle, so have to use a nail in that area. Just do a little bit there. Try not to push too hard. Sometimes you might have to put a little bit of pressure. There. Struggling a little bit. And now I can focus on each piece separately, or each part that's coming off. After a while, it gives way. Now I'll tell you which ones are really hard to come off. I don't know if you all have the same problem, but the Ultra Hots. Yeah, those sparks. I do like to remove those to just get that the Ultra Hot color on there. The I forgot what that paint's called. But I have several of them that I've done already. Now this one here just remained this little spot there that I'm not sure why that's not coming off. One more try. We'll see what happens. Sometimes you just gotta soak that rag really good. Remember, try not to let it run. Yep, a lot better. And there you go. That's the gray one. Nice. One down, 3 to go. Next one here. It's going to be the, we're going to try the white one here. I'll show you the white one. Because when you have red on white, you will rub that paint and it might turn pink. So you want to keep going at it until you remove as much as you can off of there. Alright, and I'll show you. Staying pink, you can still see the lettering. There's the red spot on the dot on the cloth, so let's smooth that over. You might have to apply some pressure. It doesn't always come off as perfect as you want it. You know, it all depends how you know how the paint is. I didn't paint it, so I don't know. But see, there you go. It came off. Once I soaked it again, it came off really good. Okay, this one could use a little more. This one I had already tried it and make sure. There you go. Now let's try that hood. Gonna switch the cloth around to a new spot. Soak it pretty good there. I'm gonna turn it upside down so that it doesn't flow onto the grill. And maybe I should start letter by letter. There you go. Trying to, well, look at that. Okay. Yeah, it's looking ugly, but keep rubbing. Keep wiping it with some clean stuff. Another spot. Still pinkish. I don't know, might have to redo this hood, huh? Getting there. I have to keep going a couple times over and over and over until it comes off. I'm going to hold the hood open. Luckily this holds open, so I'm going to keep my finger there just so I can apply some more pressure on it. A little better. Keep it away from the chrome. Sorry if I go off the camera a little bit. Not bad. It's getting there. Like I said, sometimes you got to do it 4 or 5 times just to. There's still a little hint of pink on there. Don't be afraid to soak your rag as long as it's not dripping. I'm good with that. It does sit up on my shelf. Look at that. Nice. I'm not gonna mess with the glass because it'll blur up the glass. So how's that one? Now here's what happens with when you try to do. Okay, we're not always sure. Now here I want to stay away from the symbol here, the flame head. That looks really cool. All right, but like I said, it doesn't always work out. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, so soak the rag. You just want to take off the word. And start off at this end. Try to get really close to the face there. But what happens, come on, a really good way to always brace your hands together if you need to get really close to apply pressure so it doesn't shoot off, so your hand doesn't slip. Wipe away from what you don't want to touch, and some of them, like I said, are tough to do. This one might become a custom after I'm done if it doesn't come out the way I want. And here's what's happening. I'm wiping, but look what's showing up. That means that this reddish brown color is coming off as well. Yeah, and I know that because I tried it earlier and this is what happened. It wiped off so easy. There must have not been a heavy gloss on this red color. I could easily turn this into a barn find because of that color already there. I don't want to ruin the wheels. Even on the wheels, keep the the lettering away from your wiping because it will remove the lettering. But that's what's going to happen. This is what happened to this one. It's coming off right there as well. So like I said, I could turn this into a barn find. It's already looking pretty good as a barn find there. I would simply just take a sand block. I use that sponge sand block and start going over it. It'll start dulling the paint, removing paint here and there, and it could easily be a barn find. So we're gonna leave that one like that. Let's try the Coca-Cola one. Don't want to go too long here, but I can't see my minutes, so I better hurry it up. Don't want to bore you guys. All right, here's a Coca-Cola. Don't want to try, you want to keep it right over the lettering, not wipe so much all over the truck so that you don't leave pink everywhere else. Okay. Adjust the cloth a little bit. Okay. Add a little more solution. To here I had to put some pressure. I had to apply pressure because it wasn't coming off. It seems to, when it air dries, it wants to harden up. The what you're wiping off wants to harden up, so you might have to apply some pressure. There you go. Okay. Let's try the other side. Okay. Change the cloth around. Little pink still there. There you go. Sometimes you just got to soak it and just give it a slight wipe and it comes off. This one, I believe it might give me a little bit of trouble. Let's open up that hood just to stay away from the chrome. See how this one comes out now. Okay. Soaked it pretty good. Oh, look at that. The white came off, but the red stayed on the hood. Maybe we'll keep the red. The red looks like it's staying more solid. Again, you never know how it's going to come out, but that's all part of the experiment, right? Look at that. Maybe we'll just leave it since it's just it'll match the top of the truck there. All right, have to live with that maybe. Not bad. And there you go, guys. That is how I do it. I hope it can help somebody out. We'll work on that one later. Maybe I'll do a video to show how it came out. Again, to everyone, thank you so much. If you're new, please, if you find this video interesting, if you like what I do, please hit the like button. And please subscribe. It always helps. Let us know what people are thinking. Comment down below, please. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. We will be on more often with Derek at Honest Diecast. I really like those live streams. We can all communicate, share ideas, share advice. You know, what are we finding? What's out there? What do you think? What's going on? You know, some of us are sitting around waiting for boxes to show up and wondering who's got them all, right? But yeah, just get out there, try to find what you can. You know, have fun doing it, guys. I know, you know, some of us get frustrated because we're not finding what we want. You know, everyone's different. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but, you know, I know what I do, and I just don't let it get to me. I have been, if you saw my last video, I was just at a toy show, Hot Wheels Diecast show, and I found some really nice older castings, which is what I like to hunt for. But yeah, so we'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you for all your time. I think this video kind of went a little bit long, and we will see. Like I said, anyone has questions, please ask them in the comments. Please share this video if you can. If you know someone who's looking to do this type of removing tampos or whatever, I do wheel swaps, a lot of wheel swaps, and that's what's all in my videos. Thank you everyone for your time. I appreciate it. Have a great week coming up. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be good to one another. Thanks.